Ciao, welcome back to another live stream. Today, what we have is a review and a recap of our first event in Formula 1 Esports. Also looking forward to event 2, but that will come later. Today, we've got our famous David. We have our team coach. Maybe you haven't seen him too much on camera, but Stefano.
Ciao. Hi, guys.
And we have famous Vamos Amos.
Hello, Brandon.
Yeah, but anyway, David, first event, what's your general feeling?
Yeah, of course, not the start that we were hoping for, of course, but we did our best. We tried our best in the qualifying, in the races, and at the end, I think we achieved also some good results. So we're surely looking forward to improve the results for event 2, and we're gonna see what happens.
No, exactly that, because like we was working a lot behind the scenes, and we're still working a lot behind the scenes now. And we just made some mistakes on the setup, to be honest. And like you say and touched upon, we got the maximum out of the car. Like, yeah. I'm pretty confident to say we couldn't have done a position better in any of the races. But team coaches, what did you guys think about the races?
Yeah, I think it was good. Yeah, the start in Bahrain is not the same that we can expect, but I think it was good for Austria and for China, but yeah, the weather is not very easy to comprehend, and yeah, I think it was good.
Yes, it was approximative.
Yeah, so, approximative.
No, by the way,
you can say we did a bad job if you want.
No, I just say that we need to work for sure on the quali, but the race, the race were amazing. So we gained a lot of position, especially in Austria. In Austria, we gained 4 positions each. You gained per position.
The strategy was perfect in Austria.
Yeah, yes. Do the perfect strategy in that condition. You know, in one lap it can be rain, in one lap can be dry. Yes, really.
Exactly that. Like, I think we were one of the only teams, if only the only team, to not fall back during the pit window with the rain, because we had a very difficult situation that we had both cars very close together, and we were the only team, if not one of the only teams, to make the right strategy call to box both cars on separate laps and then both actually hold positions, if not go forward. As you can see, me on the screen. Hey! The famous Tash, but we got highlights of the first event coming up now. So, see, qualifying, see, not really where we wanted to be, but David, talk us through, because obviously you was a bit higher up. What happened in your race?
Yeah, in the race, of course, you don't want to talk about qualifying. No, I mean in general. Yeah, that's what happened. I've been sandwiched into turn 1. Luckily, I didn't get any damage, but of course, I think it was the Aston Martin on Daniele spinning, so that was already a position gained. And yeah, basically the race was pretty much over when I had to overtake Tormala, which was in front of me right now, because he had some wing damage. So I lost the DRS from, I think it was Jarno or Dani. And after I lost the DRS, it was just a race between me and the guys behind, which were Marcel right now and also Fabrizio, which at the moment it was in front, but we were battling really hard. So at the end of the race, I just had to fight against them to complete the race in, I think, P9 or P8, and that was it. Of course, a shame that I couldn't stay in DRS with the guys in front, because otherwise I could have fought for P6 or P5 even. So that was my race basically.
Well, that's the thing, it's so close in F1 Esports, and as you guys can talk about on the pit wall, 1/10 makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In Austria, the first 13, 14 people were about 1/10 maybe. Yeah. The difference was about 1/10. So what about the Stefano, what about the overtook that Tonizza did during all this event? It's strange to see too aggressive.
Yeah, it's strange because last year don't so much aggressive, so clear, and this year start with a different
mentality. Yes, no, for sure.
Yeah, and we saw in qualifying, you were talking about the gaps. I was starting in P8 and I was just 1/10 and 2/200 from P1, so that was really, really close. And I was starting from P8, so the gaps were really, really small.
Yeah, you can see Lucas being very happy. We can't hear what he's saying, but I think he's being quite happy that, to be honest, Lucas, I've known him for quite a long time now, and his time is coming for sure. He's definitely a talent.
Was the first race for Lucas?
First race win.
Yeah.
And
First win.
He did on the virtual GPs though.
Yeah, but
Monaco.
this is the first time.
Yeah.
First time he's won a, let's call it official F1 Esports race.
Yes.
Then we've got Bari, Bari being a lad. But no, the grid and the talent is so insanely high this year. And as you can see, wet race for China. Yeah, really, it was a bit of a difficult race for us, to be honest, because we was quite close together again, and it was starting in the full wet conditions, going to intermediates and going to full dries. And I think, to be honest, considering we started on the wets, we both really maximised what we could do. Of course, you had an unfortunate incident in the first lap, what limited what you could do in the rest of the race. Maybe we can see it coming up here in the background.
I don't think so.
No. Well, you can see the yellow flag.
The yellow flag
that was your
of
yellow flag. But you can see now in the highlights, so boxing for softs. I think I boxed on the same lap as him, if I remember correctly. But yeah, very difficult race. You can see coming up the pit lane, it was still quite wet on track, in fact, when going out on slick. So had to be pretty brave to make that decision quite early on.
Yeah, of course.
I think we pit one lap
after.
Yeah.
That was just in my dreams. I wished I boxed on that lap then.
Yeah, the pit was right for me, but I went into the pits with okay, I'm gonna go into the pits. The track is still wet. I'm gonna give info to you, and then when I enter the pit, DRS disabled. So I was like,
but Brandon was in the last sector and was difficult to.
Yeah, no, but the track was really wet, slippery. So no, it just half an minute was completely dry. So
Exactly.
Strange. Oh, but we have a question.
Sì, Gabriele Aretano scrive: ciao ragazzi, volevo chiedervi quali sono stati i motivi della mancata competitività nelle prime 3 gare e se sapete già dove migliorare.
I don't know what you just said.
Gabriele è un ragazzo che chiede sempre tantissimo. David, rispondi tu perché hai corso.
If you know why you were not so competitive in the first 3 races, and if you know already where to improve.
Yeah, so what we struggled with is we were running too much downforce on the car, to be honest. And the situation was that other people were carrying the same corner speed as us, but they was able to drag 1-2 tenths out for free on the straight line. And we're working really hard behind the scenes to make sure we have these answers ready for next time. I think we've done some good work today. Today was a very good progressive day, and we're going to come back fighting, fitter, stronger, and ready for event 2.
Italiano? In italiano?
Sì, quello che brevemente ha riassunto Brandon, ovviamente abbiamo avuto problemi principalmente di setup perché, come diceva lui, siamo andati con setup troppo carichi, ma allo stesso tempo quello che guadagniamo in curva non era sufficiente a colmare quello che perdevamo sui rettilini, e quindi questo è stato quello che ci ha fregato. Ovviamente i gap non erano altissimi, come abbiamo visto, partivamo sempre massimo. Eravamo sempre al massimo un decimo e mezzo dal tempo pole position, però ecco appunto un decimo è P10, P11 e comunque sia fuori dalla top 10, quindi sicuramente adesso ci stiamo allenando un sacco per il prossimo evento e stiamo cercando di colmare tutte le lacune che avevamo per il primo.
So yeah, as you can see on the background now, it's coming into Austria. I think this is Austria. And this was again a very difficult race for us because we got a bit unlucky in the qualifying situation, to be honest. On my outlap in Q2 it rained. Yeah. On your outlap in Q3 it rained. Yeah. So we had actually good pace. We were running in the top 5 for Q1, what was fully dry as well. So a race of what could have been. I think this could have actually been a very positive race for us. And then what you can't see right now on the screen, but if you've watched F1 Esports anyway, I'm sure you'll be aware what happens. It's going to rain pretty heavily in the next few laps. And so everyone was forced onto starting on the medium tyres to start the race on because they wanted to make sure they could reach the pit stop before it went to inters. But as soon as it went to inters, then it became a very difficult strategy call for us, and we did the perfect job on the pit wall, to be honest, because Stefano, Amos were on the pit wall for us, and we had a situation, you can see right now, David P8, me P10, within a second of each other. And it's going to become a very difficult situation to double stack as the term in Formula 1. And we made the perfect pit stop laps, 2 laps in a row, to be able to get on the pit stop and not lose any positions. What did you guys think on the pit wall at this time?
Guys, if maybe you don't know in chat, we can't do the same pit and the same lap because the second driver will be held from some second, 4 seconds. In real life, it's not happen. So I hope that in the future that will be fixed. By the way, we had to take a risk.
Yes.
Of course, with you for sure, because we were behind.
Yes.
And I think that we did a really good job about this.
It was good to pit before, and David pit in the perfect lap for me, and it was good because Moreno pit after.
Yes, 2 laps later.
2 laps later, and he lose so much time.
I think he lose also the top 10.
Top
Yes.
10, yeah.
Like, he literally went from leading the race at one point all the way down to finishing P10, and it shows actually what a good job we did behind the scenes to maximise both cars in this situation.
But it's also important to see that we learn of, you can call a mistake, the thing that we did in quali, because we didn't trust the weather. So you came out with the sun, and in the same lap there was the cloudy, and then the rain. So
yes,
we have no grip at all to do the lap, and the race that was really after. We did the perfect strategy. So we learn about the weather condition, weather change. So.
And speaking of good weather and amazing weather, Silverstone.
Yeah.
Britain.
Oh yes, your track.
Good weather.
You're home.
So I think this can be a good event for us, to be honest, because like you say, we're working enormously hard behind the scenes, and I've won here in Silverstone before. I put it on pole on Silverstone before. David, you've won Silverstone, haven't you?
No, I just did a pole position in 2019, which was like a 1/10.
Another question.
So yeah, we have another question behind.
The question is, how much does your setup depend on the weather?
To be honest, modern Formula 1 cars don't really change too much. Of course, you maybe up the wing level a little bit, but historic Formula 1 cars, I think, had more differences in the setup, whereas now, maybe you increase the differential a little bit to bring a bit more stability, you change the tyre pressures, maybe up the ride height a little bit and put a bit more front wing on. But apart from that, it's more or less the same. So yeah, but it will be race situational as well, because Austria was actually quite interesting because we saw it was going to rain pretty imminent after the start. So now you're left with this decision: do you run the dry wings or the wet wing setup? And that will be a big outcome, because if it starts in the rain, you more or less load the dry setup because you have to be ready, because it's better to drive a wet setup, a dry setup in the rain than it is a wet setup in the dry, let's say. What do you guys think about that?
It's also important to know that there's no perfect man.
Yes.
So you can change the setup from quali to race. So if the quali is dry, you can set the dry setup and then change it. But I think you're totally right. I don't know what David.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And of course, if we start the race and the race is wet and becoming dry during the race, it's maybe more important to put a dry setup, because the position will be decided at the end of the race. So we need a dry setup. But in the other case, maybe we can choose a wet setup if we know that the race will be wet, to have a little bit of an advantage at the end. So yeah, we just need to see the weather forecast and decide.
Exactly. So it's all done on the momentum, isn't it? And on the pit wall behind the scenes, that people think that often the driver just makes the decision, but it's actually a full team effort behind it all to make sure we go forward. But Silverstone qualifying is going to be enormously critical here. Of course, there's lots of straights what make it seem like it's easy to overtake, but trust me, it isn't. There's going to be so much high-speed areas like Maggotts, Beckett's, Copse, for example, where in the dirty air of a Formula 1 car, it's quite hard to follow. So it's going to be critical for our event to be kicking off in a good way, to get a good qualifying here in Silverstone. Ideally, both cars in the top 10, and then we can maximise the race from there.
And how difficult it is to don't get a cut here in this turn?
Well, Copse Corner, it's quite different now in a modern Formula 1 car. So in qualifying, it should be easily flat out now with the amazing grip of the car. But in the race, at the start, if you're leading, maybe it's just about flat out, but in the dirty, turbulent air of the car in front, it's going to be pretty difficult to take it flat out.
Question again.
Do you guys have any pre-race routine?
I just listen to music and talk rubbish behind the scenes, to be honest.
I agree.
Yeah, same here. I basically, yeah, same here. But I usually talk with Alessio, and we say a lot of crazy stuff, useless stuff. So,
Well, I can't repeat on camera what I said I was doing before the race last week, but it was a good time. I think the team behind know what I was doing. No, I think it changed it that much. You raced with Ferrari. What pre-race routine did you take?
I just kissed the wheel.
You kissed the wheel?
Yeah, I kissed the wheel.
Nice.
Yeah, I kissed the wheel before.
Was it a
before
romantic kiss? Talk me through it.
No, it's like a focus kiss. I don't know.
Focus kiss.
Yes, I'm really focused when
Don't show it to me though. But
no,
no.
It's like okay. No.
Would you do that?
I will show you after, huh?
Would you do that with COVID today? Kiss
No,
the wheel?
that was 2019, so no.
Okay.
So
better.
describe. Do you hold the wheel or do you go to the wheel?
I go to the wheel.
You go to
the wheel come
like a
didn't
gentleman.
come to me. Huh?
Like a gentleman.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh wow. So Stefano, behind the scenes coaching, do you have any pre-race routines apart from telling us not to crash and to win?
No, it's only...
Don't blame it from back.
I only ask to relax and to start with a good
mentality.
Yeah.
Be nice, relax.
Because when you start the race, all is okay because you try so much before the event, and I think all the mentality is okay. I think it's good.
We have another question.
In quali piste pensate di poter fare meglio e recuperare lo svantaggio da qui alla fine?
Okay, so
which races are you considering to use to better close the gap from here to the end?
Every single race, to be honest. Because I think if any racing driver says, oh, I'm just going to prioritize this race, they're talking rubbish. Every racing driver wants to win the next race.
Io personalmente invece credo che quella dove potrò far meglio sarà Monza, perché sia nel 2019 ero andato molto forte, ero vicino a vincerla, nel 2020 invece ho fatto sia pole che vittoria, quindi immagino che per il secondo evento sarà quella dove potrò dare il meglio.
Considerando che sono prestazioni comunque pari, dunque in ogni pista bisogna fare proprio meglio, in ogni pista bisogna vincere.
Sì.
Yes. No, I just say that we are on equal car, so we need to win in every race.
Exactly.
Every race
No excuses.
No excuses.
So yeah, I think next up we have, it should be Monza, right?
Yeah.
So
Monza and Spa, yeah.
Monza.
The second will be Monza.
It's basically everyone's home in this room apart from me.
Yeah,
So-
yes.
You've won here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was talking about my win when
okay.
I was talking in Italian. So yeah, basically in 2019, I don't know if you remember, you were on pole position in 2019.
No.
On
No.
P2.
No, 2019.
I remember
was-
you were in front.
No, 2019 I was
P3.
P3 maybe.
P3. Then did you win 2019 and 2020?
No, but I was starting like P4. I remember I was behind you and you were starting on medium, and I overtook you in turn 2,
So
I think.
2019 I was starting P2
Yeah,
and 2020 was P5,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, because I remember in 2019 I was overtaking you together with Nicolas in turn 2 because you started with medium.
It
But
was a
that
stupid decision.
Yeah, that was a really stupid decision. But yeah, I was really close to win the race in 2019,
Yeah.
and in 2020 after the race before, which I don't remember, maybe it was a disaster, that race. But in Monza I managed to do a really good race. I remember I started on pole and I've never left the leadership during all the race.
Yeah.
So that was really surprising.
Yeah, and I remember because I was following you in that race, because on that, again, 2 years in a row, I went the medium to the soft
Yeah, I
strategy,
remember.
didn't I? But the second year it paid off, but the problem was that we had Jarno in between.
You helped me a
and-
lot there.
Pardon?
You know, you helped me
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot because
and-
you started to put pressure on Jarno, and I was relaxing in P1.
It was a sign of things to come, right?
Yeah.
But no, it was a good time, and I think Monza is going to be good for us because I think we're both good at sort of high-speed braking and being very precise, and I think we'll have a good racecraft there.
And fun fact, you know that I hate Monza.
Oh,
I
you hate Monza?
but I'm really fast on there.
It's-
Also with Austria, it happens the same.
So is there other things in life that you hate but you're also good at?
No, unfortunately, just this one. So.
But anyway, guys, let's talk about this track because it can be really easily, no? You see the track is like
just press the throttle. Just press the throttle.
But the prima variante and the seconda variante, the Roggia chicane, are really difficult because the curve you can't touch the curve. I think that now with the new patch is almost impossible to run over, no?
Yeah, impossible.
It's impossible to run over, so it's all about the precision of turn 1 and turn 2. Have a really good traction, perfect traction. Good stuff. Someone exit from turn 2, I think. Then Curva Grande and Roggia. These one are really tricky. I think the turn 7, the Seconda di Lesmo are really difficult for the track limits on the exit.
Yes,
it's really easy to get a warning. I think here and the Variante Scari, the first one, it's really easily.
I totally agree. I think turn 7 is actually okay. Everyone assumes that turn 1, turn 2, turn 4, turn 5 is the big areas of the lap as well as Scari. But I'd argue that turn 7 is probably the most underrated corner on the track to get lap time out of. Because of course you need to nail Ascari and the first chicane, those are big critical corners in the lap. But turn 7, if you slid too much in turn 6, your rear tyres are too hot and you don't get the exit anymore into the back straight. So it's a very technical track, a very deceiving track in my opinion.
Don't touch this curve.
Don't touch that. Otherwise we do the flip.
Yes. 360, 720.
But then we have Spa after, don't we?
Yep. Oh, the favorite track of David.
No.
Oh, you like the middle sector, don't you?
I hate this track, but I'm really slow.
No.
This time I hate the track.
We won the 24 hours at least.
Don't tell.
We have another question.
Question from the chat. What is the most important thing to keep during the race to focus on?
My teddy bear. That's the most important thing to keep.
You know, I forgot to bring my puppy.
Oh, I was actually thinking about that the other day. I was like, where is Tonzilla?
Yeah, I forgot.
That's why we did not so good.
Yeah, so this is why we did bad.
Yeah,
I blame you.
I need a reminder for everyone too.
We bring Tonzilla and we win. Easy.
Nice.
No, by the way, we won the 24 hours, and during the 24 hours, I remember that we started to like each other, because me too, I don't like this track.
I was on a flight.
I know. I don't like this track as David, but to drive this on ACC was really brilliant. It's always beautiful to drive on ACC and drive also in this track. I really consider that track when I was there. So I do all the 7 kilometers. So that's really complete.
I think I heard it took you 2 hours to do the track walk.
Yeah, but I think that he cheated.
He cheated?
For sure, because I didn't see him in the third sector. No. I didn't see him anymore.
He sprinted? Or?
I think he took a taxi. He took a taxi in the sector 3. No?
To walk is okay.
We went to pit.
Straight to the pit.
Yeah.
Changing the tires. What about this track, David? What you can tell to us?
Well, the track itself will be good actually. If you're like what we were saying, if you play this track on ACC, it's good. But in Formula 1, especially Sector 2, is something completely RNG. So it's just a matter of luck, and it's how you jump onto the curbs and you get the lap time. Because first sector is actually okay, it's just a corner, the first corner, because Uruge and Radier. Why are you laughing?
Why are you running?
So, no, it's just one corner, basically, the first sector. Then the second sector, it's all about luck. And the third sector,
it's the bus stop.
Basically, it's just the bus stop, because the other corner are really easy. So, you know, in this track, you make all the lap time in sector 2, which is completely a matter of luck. So that's why I had the track.
Let's repeat it. It's completely a matter of luck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, especially turn 9, I think.
Oh yeah, no name.
Not turn 9.
Or turn 5, 4,
no,
and
turn
6.
12 and 13, and turn 5 and 6. That's completely random. In my
Yes,
opinion.
it's all about the curve, how to use the curve to gain advantage.
And why were you laughing, Brandon?
Why are you running?
No, why were you laughing?
Why are you running?
No.
You know why I was laughing.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
but no, Spa should be good. I think there's a lot of opportunity. Even if the ideal qualifying really is P3 here, and P2, P3, because it's great to get pole, it's good ego boost. But if you're pole, you're punching the big hole, the slipstream down the back straight, really.
And here comes
And here comes side by side. What we need to do is make the bus park. If we're side by side, then we go in the middle, and no one can overtake.
Why not? What was your favorite? What did you do in the last event? In the last 3 years here?
To be honest, it hasn't been that successful of a track for me. I like it, and I've been pretty good there. I just never hooked up a good event there. So 2018, I think I was 5th there. Then last year, I think 4th. No,
I don't remember.
2019, I can't remember if it was good or bad, honestly. Then last year, I think I was 4th.
So see, guys, even like the real driver, even the sim driver didn't know anything about their past races.
Yeah, like
because it's impossible to remember all the
well,
races.
trust me, if we win a race, then we remember.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If we win, we remember. If we lose, bye-bye, have fun.
Okay.
And you, David?
I remember 2019 I was probably P4 because I remember there was Dani P1, Freddy P2,
yes.
Jarno P3 and then me P4.
No,
and Jarno was the only one with another strategy, I remember also that.
Always Jarno.
So we got a question.
Question.
Sì, da Kairi46, qual è la vostra pista preferita per tutti e tre? Which is your favorite track for the three of you?
You go first.
Croft actually in the UK, so it's not on the Formula One calendar, but it's a proper hearty UK track. It's amazingly high speed. I recommend to look on YouTube and look at some onboards there. I actually have an onboard there for me racing there, and you're going through the middle sector sliding at like 120 miles an hour with the barriers quite close, so it's my favourite track. But on the F1 calendar, it's got to be Kota in the USA. How about you?
Mine, of course, is Monaco because I really like street circuits, so it can be Monaco because there's no better track than that. And I really like the fact that if you just do a little mistake, you're into the wall, and to nail the lap, it's pretty hard. So I really love that.
I respect that. I prefer Rainbow Road. But
I like the street circuit too, so I prefer Singapore to Monaco. So I really like Singapore, or the corner, 25 corner, if I remember correctly.
I think Singapore has more flow to it, in my opinion. Singapore has more flow, you know.
Yes,
in my opinion.
in some way, yes.
But I remember 2012 with Singapore Sling, watching the drivers jump.
The chicane.
Yeah.
They removed it because of the jump.
Yeah.
Yes, because jumping to the wall. And what about Stefano? So, which American track?
Easy. F1 calendar, obviously Kota for me. And my favorite track is
Monza.
It's not bad. But no, I think it's an interesting one because I think what would be your dream track to arrive to the Formula One calendar?
Sorry, what?
What would be your dream track to see on the Formula One calendar?
Like to remove the new Silverstone because I hate the new Silverstone. I prefer the old Silverstone, mate.
Bye, get out.
I like to another Donington. I like to have Donington again.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
How about you?
For me, the old Monza.
Yeah. No, honestly, yeah. I'd be down with that.
You know, one track that I really used to like in F1 was the Indianapolis that were in 25 and 26 also. That layout was pretty good.
Can you imagine the slipstreaming?
I remember that, I don't know if it was the second and the third sector was pretty good to go.
Do you know this track?
I don't know, it's literally just one camera angle.
Yes. You can.
The curb.
Imola.
Yeah.
It is Imola.
What is
Yeah, it is.
It is Imola.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Easy.
Yeah.
Wow. So, David, this was the GT sprint races, no?
It's the last.
The 1 hour.
The full race
Yeah,
of last week.
It's the last race of the last that we did of the GT Esports Sprint Series, and as you can see, I was starting P12, Giovanni P9. The gaps were really small, and I think I was like neither 2/10 from the pole, and I was starting really from the back. But I can remember I had a really good start here. I managed to gain some position. Also, I did some overtakes here also in turn 1 with that car going really wide. And unfortunately, later on, I was fighting for P8, I think, or P9 with Gregor Schill in the BMW. And suddenly also another Bentley, which was the one of Montalbano, I think, tried to overtake
Atkins
me.
and Montalbano was
So, yeah, they tried to overtake me at the Tosa. I tried to do the switch back, but another car went basically they tried a dive bomb into the Tosa, and I spun.
Do you know what? Something you guys won't know yet, but I was literally sat at home watching the race with McNuggets, and I was like, no, David!
Yeah, like Stefano said, it was our fourth race in a week.
Yeah.
So the day after
simulator.
Yes, and the day after we.
It was impressive.
Also Barcelona.
No, it was an impressive performance from David.
Unfortunately, this wasn't really good.
Look at David on the bottom right.
Yeah, but
sexy as anything.
We have bad luck.
If you see the leaderboard right now, that's James in P20 and me in P11, and the race finished with James in P10 and me P11.
Yeah. Baldwin is the number one contender.
Basically, everyone in front of James just died, and and he finished in P10. But yeah,
also you.
Yeah.
Also you then.
apart from that crash, it was a really great race for me. I was running a really low downforce setup, so I was able to do some overtakes around the main straight. So unfortunately, really unfortunate that I had that crash.
Can you tell to the people who are watching how difficult it is to adapt to Formula One, switch to Formula One to ACC in one day after 3 races?
Well, it's in my opinion, it's not a matter of switching simulators, because I put a lot of hours into both F1 and ACC, but it's just a matter of training, because I trained more or less just on F1 for the first event, and here on this grid there's basically everyone training only for ACC. So coming into a competition when everyone is basically training just for that competition, it's something different, because of course if you look back at the races we were doing before F1, I was always at the top, even when the car wasn't performing really well.
This is the crash.
This is the crash. I don't know if you remember that, Brandon. Looking at
Yeah. I was very upset with my
12 seconds.
What happened after was really light.
Yes, this is Baldwin.
Wait, I remember seeing the crash in the next corner. I was like, holy moly!
Yeah, that was Kevin Sieg, I think. The McLaren going straight.
Yes.
And die.
3, 2, 1.
And then boom.
Did you take a second crash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it also, and I was crashing also with Amon Murphy.
You should have got one of the bumper stickers that said, "Please don't hit me."
Yeah, I had like 13 seconds of damage after this lap.
Yes.
But yeah, to conclude, what I was saying is that it's not that hard to switch simulator, but it's just going into a competition when everyone is basically training for that. That's the part which is really hard.
I have something better though. Like I think it's this race or it's the endurance. I can't remember. But there's a guy who has like a smoking machine in his room or something.
What?
Like whenever I look at they switch to the camera on board, and there's a guy who just sat in a room full of smoke. It is true though, isn't there? Like, have you seen it?
Maybe he was having a problem with the PC.
But that's what
flashing light.
There's like a flashing. He's got a full-on disco. I mean, to be honest, I don't care who wins the championship, but if you've got a disco.
Yeah, so basically this was the last lap, and I managed to gain some time against James, which is basically my rival. He's 5 points behind me. So I tried to do every single thing to try and overtake him. Also, I did some flashlights before.
Flashed him.
Yeah. The lap I was really close to him. I tried to flash with the flashlights, but I didn't succeed to overtake him. So yeah, the race ended up like this. With basically the guy who took me out took 15 seconds of penalty.
Yeah.
Gave James the point.
Yes, and James went into the points. So that's really unfortunate, but yeah, it is what it is. Now we have 2 races to go. The next one is Barcelona, which we already did for the endurance series. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And the BOP is actually good. So let's try and finish in front of James and win also the sprint series.
So Stefano, can you tell us the pressure of this competition? Because this is the last race on the endurance race. Race. So.
Can we actually get a live reaction of you down to turn 1 actually?
we had some point
of advantage from the first.
From the first, because we had a perfect race in Spa for the 24-hour. But in the last, we have only 12 points of advantage, and this is the start.
And this
is the
yeah,
crash.
this is the crash
of McLaren.
Was Tatsenko,
Okay.
I think. Because Giovanni was in the left and tried to close because behind was a Mercedes
There was a
that
Mercedes.
can overtake and lose one position. Was good for the race because we need to have
Top four.
Top three.
And the other opponents was in P1. Okay,
Yes.
and Giovanni go on the right, okay, and touch the car, but yes, was clear. Not so much.
Nah, the
Yeah.
race director say that.
But the
was
race
a racing
director
incident.
see the final part of the incident because Statsenko go on the left, and yeah, in this case,
Talk us through it, coach.
yeah, they touch, okay, they touch, but
2 times.
yeah, 2 times. In this case,
The McLaren just
Statsenko
really.
go on the left, and the race direction. Watch.
Yeah, no, watch this, but
Watch
it was
this.
a millimeter, so
Yeah.
they say
It's
racing
very
incident.
difficult
They
for
say racing
race
incident,
direction, I think.
But can you tell also the last 5 minutes of the race? We were talking of everything less than the. We are already winning the championship.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
So we were talking a lot about this incident because
No, in the first part of the race, not so much because we don't have feedback from race direction
yes.
for the incident, and was silence. But yeah, in the final was okay. We talk about the championship. We talk about the last race, but the racing line car Bentley was very fast.
no, they were really fast during all the season. They
Yeah.
also did a really good performance in Spa.
They finished second, in Spa, and
Yep.
What happened at the end of the race?
Well, what happened at the end of the race? We won. Yes. No. They spoiled me. They spoiled me that we won. No.
Wait, we won?
We finished.
Yeah, we won.
Did we?
Yes. No. We finished second, but
we
we won the
finished
championship.
second, but
When
we
did we
won the
win?
championship.
Saturday. I also I tagged you on Instagram.
I have you blocked, that's why.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't receive the like, the hurt. It's okay.
I buy you a pizza to make
You
it.
know that also you are winning.
I did.
You won.
I did
with
one stint.
One
I did a
stint,
one
boring-
stint in a
boring
championship,
card.
and I won. I didn't even overtake a single car.
Was in
That's how you
Portugal,
win.
Yeah. I remember.
Just drive 1 hour. It's okay. And
now-
you won a champion.
And I'm world
Championship.
champion. Ooh,
Yep.
who was that going off?
This actually
Yeah.
is your first trophy.
Ferrari.
For
MGT.
Ferrari. Oh, MGT. I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
think.
what a way to do it. You just literally turn like 25 laps around France, easy win, go get a pizza and go celebrate. Easy.
Now, this was really important for us because this is the first. We hope to gain also to have also the sprint series trophy with David. She's really fast, and he has at the moment he is on the top at the moment. So
yes,
let's hope also for
but-
Formula One.
On this very positive note, and we wish David and Gio as well good luck towards the end of their sprint series. How many races left?
2, Barcelona and Spa.
Yeah.
How many weeks left?
Well, Barcelona is in the F1 Esports week, so next week.
Okay.
And then Spa is on 12th of November.
Perfect.
And
So
1 month and a half.
we'll be wishing and cheering good luck. I expect everyone in the chat to wish David and Gio good luck as well as the whole team. But thank you so much for joining us all on this amazing live stream. It's been a really good time.
There's
Again,
also Giovanni with us.
Gio is
Ciao,
in the
Gio.
corner. Gio, I love the tiles in the background. It looks like you're in a bathroom, but I love you, man. But anyway, have you guys got any final words for the stream?
Stefano?
I don't know.
Grazie ragazzi.
Grazie.
No, grazie ragazzi, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks you for tuning in and see you on the next live stream.
Thank you so much guys, grazie ragazzi, ciao.
Bye bye.
Ciao.